So I'm just going to very quickly go over the installation instructions for this kit. This is by far one of the easiest automotive electronic devices you will install in your car. It's as simple as taking some of the, which apparently I've misplaced. It was over here somewhere. Anyway, they give you a little piece of, there it is, double-sided tape, right? Attach that to the bottom, place it on your dash where you want it, peel off this protective plastic on the solar panel, take these lock nuts, take your valve stem cap off, put one of the lock nuts on, put the appropriate sensor on the valve stem. So I don't know if you can see that. Autofocus on this camera is absolutely terrible. But this is front right, FR. So that would go on the front right, that would be in front left, rear left, rear right, and then take your little wrench and tighten the locking nut. Done. That's it. That's all you have to do. This device, it comes with the ability you can plug in a micro USB right there if you know, for some reason it were to die. Now, granted, I mean, we live in New England, so, and where my wife works, where her car is parked most of the time during the week, it's pretty shady, but her unit has never gone below 1 bar on the battery meter. And I mean, I assume that if you park somewhere like in a parking garage, or maybe if you lived a little bit further north during the winter, it might not be able to charge itself enough to stay on, but I've had no such problems, at least in New England. So it's really, but I mean, if you wanted to, say, even install this somewhere where it wouldn't even be in the sun, if you wanted to put this, I don't know, in the dashboard or under, you know, the steering column or somewhere, you can just, you know, run a micro USB to it and not have to worry about it. So I'm just going to show you real quick how to do the install, and so very simple. Here we go. Remove the valve stem cap. Put on the locking nut. Take the appropriate designated sensor. This is front left, so this is my front left tire. Put it on there. Make sure it's tight. Then turn the locking nut counterclockwise until it butts up against the sensor. Take the included lock nut wrench and just snug that lock nut up against the sensor so that the sensor cannot come off. And without this wrench, no one can take the sensors from you. So that's installed. Now just repeat on all 4 wheels, and then we'll get on to how to install the actual unit on the dashboard. So I went ahead and installed all the TPMS sensors, and I went ahead and just took the valve stem caps off and put them in the box so that I have them along with the tool and the wrench. And this, along with the manual, of course the air compressor has to kick on right when I'm talking. Anyway, like I was saying before, I'll take this box with all the stuff in it and put the instruction manual in there, so I always have it. I'm going to put it somewhere safe inside the car, either in the back, or it's even small enough you could put it in the glove box, but I'm not going to. So, when you don't have to turn this on, alright? If it has charge and it has battery, it'll automatically turn on as soon as it senses any vibration. So as soon as you get in the car and shut the door, or even open your door, I find with my wife's one, it automatically turns on. or if you start your engine, it'll sense the vibration and it'll turn on. Now, the first time you turn it on, I know for you metric guys, this, you don't have to do anything; it's ready to go. But for us that use the aren't on the metric system, it defaults to bar and Celsius. So what you're gonna do is go into settings menu. So just hold down the center button for 3 seconds. You'll hear a loud beep, and now you'll see bar right there is flashing. Man, the autofocus on this thing is terrible. Just go over, and it's going to say PSI. So that's it. It's set up for PSI now. I'm going to hit this one time. Now it's on the Celsius is flashing. I'm going to go over, and now we're going to be in Fahrenheit. Okay. All right, and now, all right, so now it says TP. It's kind of hard to read, but right now we're setting PU and PD. PU is the tire pressure upper limit, pressure upper, I guess is the acronym that they're using. So this is the limit as to which, if it reaches this amount, the alarm will go off. So I'm going to set this at 50 because that is what my maximum tire pressure for the current tires that I'm running is. And I'm going to hit this one more time, and now we're adjusting the low setting. So this is the point at which the alarm will start to go off if it goes below this point. So I'm going to set mine at 20. Goes in increments of 2 below 26. Nope, just skips 25. 25 is not a number that you can do with this. Okay, so I'm going to set mine at 24 because I really don't want to be going below that. But if I chose to air down, because this is an off-road rig, and I was going to do like sand or something, then you can go in and adjust this, or you can just hit the mute button and it's not going to yell at you the whole time. If you hit the middle button one more time, it's going to show you what the maximum tire temperature warning will be set at. I'm really not sure how warm I want. I guess if my tires go over 160, I'd like to know about it, and then I'll maybe update this video in the summertime and see if, cause I actually have no idea what a good tire temperature would be warm in the summer. So long hold, it's going to beep twice. Now you're out of the settings menu and it's set up. Now, right away, I mean, this thing is on my bench. My car's over there, but it's picking up all the sensors already. And it's telling me right now that my driver's side rear tire is 28 PSI. So it's, come on, do maths. It is 8 PSI, 8 to 9 PSI lower than every other tire. So 36 is not bad. I'm actually going to try to set all of them at 40, and then I'm going to go ahead and install this. So while I have the wrench and everything out, I'm going to go ahead and put 40 PSI in all of them, and then see where we're at. So I went ahead and got all my tire pressures to be 40 all the way around. And another cool feature I'd like to point out about this is that it will auto adjust its brightness based off of ambient light. So I don't know if you can see that, but if I bring it over here to this light, it'll get brighter. And then if I take it away, it'll dim. Brighter. and then see that little icon in the upper left-hand corner? That actually lets you know that it is solar charging. So just the light from this 20 watt, is it 20 watt? I think it's 20 watt LED shop light is enough to actually engage the solar charging on this. So that's another really cool feature. So it's all set up now. I've got my high limit, my low limit, and my temperature warning set. I literally just plugged this thing in while I was setting up the tire pressures, and it already has 3/4 of a charge on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and the little double-sided tape and install this in the rig. And there you go, guys. That's it. I installed mine right up here towards the upper part of my dash. It's not in the way of any of my defrost vents. It's not in the way of my VIN number. And I can easily see it above. It does bother me a little bit that it's not centered on the wheel perfectly. But if I centered it on the wheel, it would block part of my defroster. So it is what it is. It doesn't actually mess up my field of view. And that's it. That's all you have to do. 4 sensors, 4 lock nuts, peel and stick the double-sided tape, done. Solar charging, so I don't even have to worry about running wires or anything. And that's it. And I will keep this video updated along with my Amazon review of purchasing this. Because I will be putting those sensors through a whole bunch of abuse with rocks and mud and dirt and a lot of water crossing. So I'm going to see how these guys handle all that abuse, because my wife's car doesn't really do much off-roading. So that's it. That's the install for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe. Always love good constructive criticism of my videos, and I'll see you next time.